Man. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? You know, this is one of my very first streams. You know what I mean? I'm going to be doing live. Let me know if you guys want me to kind of do this on a regular basis. But, for you guys that don't know me, Philosophical from the Rap Review Room, what's going on? What's going on? I am a YouTuber, of course, for up and coming artists that, you know, give them a platform to have their music heard. You guys have heard the speech. Really appreciate it that everybody is liked and subscribed. It's rare that I get a chance to do this. Um, again, I appreciate everybody that has liked and subscribed, man. But let's have a little conversation. I just wanted to give my thoughts and my opinion on this Clipse rollout, right? And kind of talk about the track listing, kind of talk about everything that's been kind of going on with the Clipse so far, the amazing strategic rollout that they had, and what's kind of going on behind the scenes. I want to talk a little bit about this Nicki Minaj and Jay-Z stuff going on also, just to kind of add some extra layer in there because I have some thoughts on this also. But let's talk about this Clipse rollout a little bit, right? Um, First, I have been saying on my reviews that Clips, of course, Pusha T and No Malice, right? Um, Getting back with Neptunes, right? Uh, and when I saw that, and then I saw that Chad Hugo is not going to be a part of it, right? It's just going to be Pharrell doing the production, right? Um, I was like, man, that's interesting. That's interesting. And I kind of was wondering what Pharrell's production was going to be like on this project, right? And for me, I was like, man, it's going to be real interesting. Welcome, man. Welcome. It's going to be real interesting to see how this plays out, right? And because Neptunes did Lord Whalen album, of course, you had Grinding, man. I thought Grinding is still a timeless classic, right? Even when the last time that was a really dope single too. That whole album, Lord Willing, was an amazing album. Neptunes did that whole album, right? And then Hell Hath No Fury came out, and I felt like this album was cool. It was cool. It was cool. I thought it was. I didn't know until way later that Mr. Me Too was kind of that beef that they had with Lil Wayne, right? Pharrell had with Lil Wayne and Cash Money and all that came from What Happened to That Boy when Clips was on there too, which was another dope track. And then I felt like another underrated project they had out was Till the Casket Drops by Clips. I felt like that was kind of Clips kind of exiting their way off, and you didn't really hear from them in a little while, right? And I felt like, they split right after, right? Till the Casket Drops, right? And then Pusha T, no Malice kind of got quiet for a little while, and then Pusha T sound with good music, and really having a amazing solo deal, right? And in fact, right, on the interview that just came out, like I said, amazing rollout. The interview that came out, Pusha T was saying how Kanye wasn't a good leader, his leadership was kind of in question, things like that, and I tend to believe that, right? And then you always felt like Kanye always made and Big Sean kind of says it too, as far as like Kanye had a certain way of writing music, doing music, and the rewrites and the stressful times in doing music and working with Kanye, right? That's a known fact, right? So then now we have going forward, right? And that's what a little bit it began. It began a little bit as far as like Jesus is King, right? You had the clips on there, right? And I was just like, right? And then all of a sudden, right, we started hearing rumblings of a new Clips album with Pharrell production, right? And then we had in there as far as like Chad Hugo's not doing a lot of this, right? And then they signed a management deal with Rock Nation. Then Ace Trumpets comes out, right? And then, check out that review, and then So Be It comes out, right? And then rumors of So Be It Part Two. That's why I have the track listed here. I'm gonna go over the. I know this is not really the confirmed track listing, but the album comes out tomorrow. I just want to kind of give my expectations on it. But right, got a track with Nas. Just look at the different things that has happened to being an amazing rollout. And I do think this album is going to probably go number one. It's going to go number one just off of the hype alone, right? And that's what the title of kind of this thumbnail, right? Classic in the making, or is it hype, right? But just think about it. Long awaited, long known as far as like Pusha T having beef with Drake, right? Long, well known as far as like now, Pusha T's having beef with Travis Scott. Travis Scott supposedly has a response. Can't wait to hear that. Right. Um Now, and I can't wait. I can't wait. They're doing a tiny desk. Oh man. And I'm gonna be here to review that. I'm gonna be here to review the tiny desk. And then they're gonna be doing they just did an interview with Ebro. That was dope. Now they got something going on with Genius as far as describing I believe it's So Be It and Ace Trumpets. I may be wrong. Sorry about that. It's just the amazing rollout, the marketing of how like it's been crazy, man. It's been crazy as far as like the rollout on this, man. They are just like on one right now. Whoever is backing them up, management wise, probably Jay Z and some of his people. Amazing job, right? Interviews, really putting them front and center. Tiny desk. I'm very excited about that, right? I'm very excited. Then announcing a tour, right? They announced the tour, which I think on this new album, right? I'm gonna go through how I think it might be, right? I just feel like this feels different. It puts them on a serious level, right? Business, as far as like it doesn't feel like it's just thrown together. It feels like strategic. It's planned. It's like I I felt like when Pusha T was on a solo, right? It felt like Pusha T was doing it wasn't a lot of marketing behind him, right? It was just all about, whenever it came out, and then it got its accolades for the way it was. But now it feels like we're getting like tour dates, we're getting like a lot of clips in your face, even with the leaked version of people hearing Kendrick Lamar's verse on Whips and Chains. Man, that was planned, man. Listening parties and just clips, just really putting clips out there, man. It's been a masterful marketing for them, right? And it's been dope, man. So I'm gonna just go through a little bit of this, this track listing, right? Birds Don't Sing, John Legend, and let's see, Voices of Five. I I there are some features on here where I'm like, man, okay, they got some even in the features on here, it's heavy hitters, man. Then you got Chains and Whips, the second track on the album with Kendrick Lamar, crazy. Then they have a track on here with Tyler the Creator. Pusha T on an interview sat up here and said that Tyler the Creator is one of the most creative artists out right now, right? So we got a track on here with Tyler the Creator, right? Then we got So Be It Part Two, which is rumors that it's gonna be Jay Z on this. I don't know. I don't know. Right now it's hidden. I don't know. It could be anything. Jay Z, Nas, another Nas track. I don't know. I don't know. I'm very interested to hear who's on this part two. Right. Then you got Ace Trumpets. I reviewed that. Right. You got All Things Considered featuring the Dream and Pharrell Williams. I'm going to be interested to see. That's going to be interesting to see how Dream and Pharrell Williams sound on this. Then you got another track here, a couple tracks on here, another track with Pharrell Williams. I heard the snippet of the one with Steve God Cooks. That beat is amazing. I'm interested. I've never really heard of Steve God Cooks. I'm aware of who he is, but I'm not known of like who he is as an artist. Maybe let me know if you want me to definitely review his music. Uh Indigenous Bastards featuring Ab Lover. That shouts back to Star Trek. Ab Liva. I like him. I like him. So it's gonna be real interesting to see how that goes. So far ahead featuring Pharrell Williams, Let God Sold Them Out featuring Nas. I know that's gonna be a banger. That's gonna be a banger. And By the Grace of God featuring Pharrell Williams. So we got 13 tracks here, all produced by Pharrell. It's gonna be interesting. What type of hip hop production we're gonna get from Pharrell? How is this gonna be sounding? I've said it before. What is Malice gonna say on this thing? Right? What is Malice gonna say on this thing? Right? What is Pusha T gonna say on this? Right? What type of beef are we gonna get? What type of storytelling are we gonna get? Right? Based off of Ace Trumpets and So Be It. Oh my goodness, No Malice sounds like a breath of fresh air, and it's good. That's Pusha T's compliment to these tracks, man. So I'm very excited. The rollout has been amazing. I can't wait to hear this. I have buried myself off of social media so I would not hear certain leaks. I don't want to hear any leaks. I heard the album leaked. I don't want to hear it. I want to wait until 12 midnight tonight. I'm going to be sitting down with my bowl of popcorn analyzing this thing, and I can't wait to review this thing. Definitely let me know if you guys want me to do an album listen through of this album. Definitely can't wait for that. It's going to be real interesting, man. I'm real interested in seeing how this comes together, man. Really dope. Really like excited for this project. This is a good, I say, a couple weeks for hip hop, man. Really excited. Again, really appreciate everybody, man. This is kind of my first stream testing this out. Let me know if you guys want me to do more of these streams, man. This is something that I've been kind of hesitant on, but it's cool. It's cool. Definitely appreciate all the love and the support, man. Um, definitely continue to subscribe and like to the page. Also, I do want to talk a little bit about this Nicki Minaj and Jay Z thing going on, right? There have been some beef. I reviewed this on Lil Wayne's Band from NO remix featuring Nicki Minaj, where she kind of spoke on uh, Jay Z and Rock Nation and stuff like that, where she's got a little bit of grief with Jay Z over title selling and she not getting her cut. The real story is that Nicki Minaj didn't really sign her paperwork as far as the equity she was supposed to receive. So when title was sold, she didn't sign her paperwork, right? And she's upset, she's mad, and she's going through some financial troubles. Never wish that upon someone. You just kind of bear with them on that. But again, if this is a culmination of like going through her financial struggles and things like that, and then her not signing her paperwork, unfortunately, that's on her, right? That's on her. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things where it's like, unfortunately, we're gonna see how this plays out. We're gonna see how this plays out because we can't really blame um, not doing your homework, not signing the paperwork on not. That's on you, Nikki. That's on you, right? But prayers up to her, whatever she's got going on personally in her life, as far as the financial gains and things like that. That's on her. You know what I mean? But you can't blame Jay Z on that. It's going to be interesting to see if Jay Z responds to this, to Nicki Minaj, and even Lil Wayne's beef as far as not performing at the Super Bowl. I thought we were over this. We're still not over this. If Jay Z is on So Be It Part 2 and we're getting some I feel like Jay Z is gonna throw some subtle jabs at Nicki and Jay Z. I mean, at Nicki and Lil Wayne. He may not do it. He might do it. I would not be surprised. I will definitely let you guys know and review that. That's gonna be real interesting if Jay Z responds. Right? Jay Z is about his business. I mean, like Super Bowl was months ago. We're still talking about this. We're still on this Lil Wayne. We're still on this Nicki Minaj. And so I just feel like it's a little bit out of pocket for this, man. It's not that serious. But whatever she's got going on personally within her financial things going on, it's not my business. But I just know as far as like she didn't sign the paperwork, she didn't do her homework. That's on her. You can't blame Jay-Z for that, right? Now, if there are other stories that comes out that Jay-Z didn't do things on his end, that's a completely different story. But we gotta let this go, y'all. But anyway, I appreciate, man. This is my first stream, testing things out. Let me know what you guys think if you guys want me to continue to do this, y'all. I'm philosophical from the rap review room, y'all. I'm out, y'all. Peace, y'all.